So what I want to talk to you guys about is your habits, okay? So our habits shape us into the type of person we are, okay? So you have good habits and you have bad habits. You are shaped as a result of your habits. The things you do on autopilot on a day-to-day basis, okay? You won't even realize you're doing them, okay? It's the habits that you've acquired over a very long period of time. So let me paint a picture for you. So let's say you're going to the gym. Now, have you ever experienced this, especially when you first start your fitness journey? It's really tough the first couple of times to go to the gym. So much so that by the time you finish work, you've come up with 100 reasons why you shouldn't go. Oh, I'm not feeling 100%. Oh, I've just noticed a twinge. I didn't actually think I had a twinge. Or maybe it's not a twinge. Or maybe I just shouldn't go. Oh, I've got to go home and sort the kids out. It's getting later than I thought. I've got more work to do. You will come up with so many reasons. Now, the reason why you do that is that's your brain trying to steer you to keep to the narrative that it knows. Because your brain likes routine. It likes to know what's coming. So your brain forms neuroconnections based on what you do repeatedly in your life. Both good and bad, like we said. And so your brain's main function is to keep you safe. And your brain is programmed to help you survive, not to thrive. And so when you go against your normal routine, you're going to feel some resistance to that, okay? That is normal. You're going to feel out your comfort zone. It's going to feel weird. You're going to feel like you just shouldn't go. So breaking a bad habit is ultimately about rewiring your brain, and it takes time. So when you make mistakes at first, and you are going to make mistakes at first, guys, you're not going to be on it all of the time. You're going to let it slip here and there, but it's important to embrace that. Because if you don't embrace it, what happens is, as soon as you make that one mistake, everything just topples. You just go, oh, well, I might as well eat on the weekend because I've had, a glass of wine through the week, so I might as well just carry on and start fresh next week. No, don't do that. You don't need to do that. You can carry on exactly where you're up to. Mistakes are part of the process. Okay? So if your brain forms neuron connections based on what it does repeatedly, you can program it to do good habits and get rid of the bad habits. Yeah, all you have to do is do the good habits enough times to be able to make that embedded in your brain as one of its patterns that it does, part of its routine. Okay, by repeatedly doing it, you're going to strengthen that neuroconnection. So then a bad habit gets erased and a good habit is created. Okay? So it's really important that you know that. Because sometimes when we first start our routines, we're really, really harsh with ourselves. And you'll think things like, oh, I haven't got what it takes. You don't feel that you're strong enough. You start saying, oh, it's because I'm lazy, it's because I'm greedy. And you start to come up with all these different things of why you've done what you've done. When all it is that you need to strengthen that neuroconnection. That's all you need to do. You do it enough times, you create a new habit. Once it becomes a new habit, it's automatic. You don't have to think about it. So remember, we are a result of our habits, and our habits, if we create new good habits, create long-lasting change. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that long-lasting change so we don't put on that same couple of pounds year in and year out. So many of us want to make these changes because we're unhappy with the way we look. And often we regard ourselves with disgust and self-hate. So that's never a good thing. You should never, ever hate yourself. You're not going to create good, positive changes through hating yourself, okay? Love yourself into change. we're unbelievably harsh with our thoughts about ourselves. If your friend talked to you the way you talk to yourself, you would never speak to them again. We're our own worst critic. Try and understand that everything you do has been programmed into you by your brain for a very, very long period of time. It's your default setting. So to change that is going to take time and patience. You should talk to yourself as if you're a small child. When they make mistakes, you don't tell them they are useless and have no self-control. You encourage them to try again and to take notice on anything they could do better. So nurture yourself. My name's Louise Weir, and I want to help people understand the emotional connection between body and behaviour, and to help you make long-lasting changes to create a more conscious, fulfilled life. If you enjoyed this little podcast, go to louiseweirpt.com. Subscribe for the latest advice and guidance for free. Thank you so much for listening. Wishing you lots of love on your wellness journey. Bye bye for now.